I know these shoes don't look exactly pristine, but you know what that means? It means I've worn them for no less than 300 times since I got them a year and a half ago, and I have receipts to prove it. Here's the order confirmation receipt, and look at all the outfits I've worn them with. So you better believe it when I say I'll give you an honest and thorough review of these Allbirds Trail Runners in the area of comfort, how they do on hikes, how they do on runs, are they actually sustainable, and finally, are they worth the price tag? Hi everyone, nice to meet you or nice to see you again. I'm Gloria. I like to talk about how to style forever fashion pieces and share reviews of products I'm curious about. So if you want to join this happy hour, subscribe, pull a chair, take a seat, and let's get started. So I have previously shared a video comparing the wool runners and tree runners from Allbirds, but my latest purchase from them, and might be my favorite one, is their trail runners. I've linked my exact shoe in the description below, along with my shoe size and height size for those who are interested. I first came across them when they launched in 2021, and they are a line of shoes from Allbirds that are suitable for outdoor and nature activities such as hiking or cross-country running. Compared to the tree runners, aside from the obvious difference in the design and shape of the shoe, the most major difference to me are the ridges in the bottom of the shoe that allows them to have a better grip. So without further ado, let's get into my review of the Allbirds Trail Runners after a year and a half of wearing them. One of the biggest selling points of Allbirds are their comfort. When they first launched, their slogan is the world's most comfortable shoe. It's been more than a few years since they've launched, but do their latest products still live up to that slogan? The Trail Runners, compared to other sneakers I've owned, are honestly one of the most comfortable shoes ever. I think this is due to the fact that there's a good cushioning midsole, that's the layer between your feet and the ground, and that midsole gives you pretty good yet not too rigid support. The upper of the shoe is made of tree fiber, which compared to other ones made of plastic fiber, it just has better air ventilation, and that's quite an important point for me. I took these sneakers recently on a trip to Europe, and I was wearing them pretty much everywhere we go because they're just so good for walking around the city, exploring different sites, and also train transit when you're carrying all these luggages and you can't wear like heels. I'm wearing those shoes and honestly I don't even think about them at all. Now that I say, I remember when I was studying at design school, a professor said a well-designed chair is a chair you forget about, and that's the same for shoes, especially sneakers, where comfort is a really important factor. Actually, on a point of comfort, a few months ago when I visited my parents, my mom borrowed my trail runners to walk around the city. She came back saying they were really comfortable and she wanted a pair, so I bought her a pair. So if you don't trust me, trust my mom. Hiking. I have gone on hikes and trail walking in these shoes multiple times. One of my worst nightmares of hiking is that I might slip and twist my ankle and I might die. I have a weaker right ankle because I wore a lot of platform shoes in my fashion school days, and I would walk around New York City in these platform shoes and I keep twisting my right ankle in them, and young Gloria does not care. But old Gloria is feeling it now. So when I'm looking for outdoor shoes, I really care about good support and good grip so I don't twist my ankle again. There are two hiking scenarios I could recount in the past year and a half. Every day when I'm in Sydney, my partner and I would go walk to the gym, do our gym thing, and then walk back. And on the way back, we like to take the path along the water, but there are some pretty rocky parts that are dribbling with hill water, spring water from the hills. I'm always really nervous about tripping along this path, but that has never happened before. The other time when I was really nervous was when I was hiking with a couple of people back in Hong Kong. It was a beautiful day and it was a really fun group, but man, this couple really likes to hike fast. I had no problem catching up, but as we were going downhill, there were lots of little pebbles, and I was so nervous that I might twist my ankle on one of these little rocks and fall flat on my face. But I was wearing these trail runners and they were good to me, and that didn't happen and I survived. All this goes to show that the grip on these trail runners are pretty good, and they have become my go-to for adventurous outdoor activities. Running and walking. As I move around and travel quite a bit, it isn't always easy to get access to a gym or a skating rink. Oh, funny you noticed. Yeah, I figure skate. I still like to move my body a little bit every day, so running is such a good solution because you can just pull on your shoes and it saves time and it costs nothing. I have ran in these trail runners so many times, I can definitely vouch for them as a good pair of running shoes. As I mentioned previously, they have a really good grip, but they also have a really good cushioning layer, which means they are good on your knees. I think this just makes them a very versatile pair of shoes where you can do outdoor sports in, but also go for a city run in. They are also brilliant for walking. A few months ago, my parents visited me in Sydney and we took a long walk from the Botanical Gardens down to the harbour, past Opera House to Darling Harbour, and then back in the city, walked around to a dinner and then a show. I accumulated 25,000 steps that day, and my feet and my knees were okay. And you could say, okay, you look young, your knees of course are going to be okay. But my feet, I have worn lesser shoes before and there have been blisters on my feet after a long day of walking. So yeah, these baby soft feet need some good love around it. Wow, that just sounded like an invitation for solicitation of feet pics. It's a no. Styling. Okay, this is my favorite part, what I wear them with. This is more for my female audience, so if you're not interested in how to style these shoes, feel free to skip to the timestamp right here on whether they are sustainable and are they worth the price tag. I love these shoes for another reason. They look like those cool chunky sneakers that all the it girls are wearing, but they're still comfortable and practical, and in this particular colorway, they go with so many of my outfits. I love them. Over the last year, I've styled them with so many different outfits, but I'll just pick 3 to talk about here. I love how I wore this look with a chunky pair of socks from Booty, those are made of bamboo, and then a pair of Lululemon Align leggings, and a Patagonia fleece sweater. The oversized and fuzzy nature of the sweater contrasts with the skin tight and matte nature of the leggings, and then we go chunky again with the socks and the shoes. I just love some good silhouette contrast in a look. Look 2. So I wore this on a trip to Tokyo, and I basically matched my top to the cherry blossoms because it was cherry blossom season and there's only 10 days of the year where cherry blossoms are blossoming. That was a lot of blossom. But I love how the trail runners go with this casual cool look, and they're also super comfortable to explore the city in. Look 3. Okay, wearing the shoes with bike shorts and a shirt as a cover up. So I wore this look in another video about how to style an oversized white shirt, and I just love this sporty cool look with the shirt as an outerwear, sports top, bike shorts, and then these sneakers. As I like to call it, it's my chic grocery shopping look. Comfortable, casual, yet still slaying. Gently. Sustainability. On the product page of these trail runners, which I've linked in the description below, they have listed what these shoes are made out of. But basically, these shoes are either made from certified natural and ethically sourced materials such as Tenso, merino wool, or natural fiber, or innovative materials such as their patented sweet foam made from sugarcane. One of the reasons why I'm such a big fan of Allbirds since the very beginning is because they always stand true to their value of making responsibly made and low carbon products. This is definitely true of the trail runners as well, so not only do they look good, they're comfortable, they're practical, but they're also sustainably made. Okay, finally, are they worth the price tag? Priced at $140 US, they are not exactly cheap. If you compare them to prices from other well-known brands, they are pretty well priced. Plus, if you get a similar looking pair of shoes from a fast fashion label, yes, it might be cheaper, but I guarantee you won't get the same level of performance in terms of comfort, quality, and fit. I actually invest the most in shoes because they actually affect your physical health. If you're wearing a bad pair of shoes, whether it's sneakers or a pair of heels, you could injure yourself. And in the short term, that might not mean much, but you'll be sorry for saving a couple of bucks in the long term. Honestly, for the amount of times I've worn this pair of shoes in the last year and a half, I would 100% say they're worth the price tag. I think this is also because for me, they suit a lot of different occasions, not just for sports, but also for some casual activities such as meeting up with friends for a brunch date or walking around a city as you travel. If you are considering buying a pair of these shoes, I would recommend thinking about what color to go with if you're someone who wants to wear something over and over again and wear it a lot. So for me, if I have to buy again, I would still go for this natural white color pair because they just go with so many of my outfits. And also because it's a bit off-white, so dirt and stains just don't look so apparent. So that's it. That's my review. I have shared a link in the description below linking to the trail runners that I own, as well as a link to a video of me comparing the wool runners and the tree runners. I hope you have a fabulous rest of the day, and if you have any thoughts and questions, feel free to drop them below. If you end up buying a pair, let me know what you think about it, and I will see you in the next video.